For better or worse, the Saints are going to go into the 2024 season with Dennis Allen as the head coach, Derek Carr as the starting quarterback. But I believe the NFC playoffs over this past weekend in the wild card round showed that with that duo at the helm, I'm not sure there's going to be much winning, especially when it comes to the postseason.
You're listening to the Straight Up Saints podcast.
What is up, Houdat Nation? It's Chris Voglu of the Straight Up Saints podcast, presented by Scott Fickner Injury Lawyers. Now, we're fully into the offseason for the Saints, and while I anticipate moves actually being made in the coming days, especially this week, as the coaching staff, the OC, all that's kind of concerned, right now, as it sits, and we're in that kind of dead period for the Saints, I watched the NFC playoffs this past week, and obviously I watched the NFL playoffs as a whole, but my eye was really on the NFC, because obviously that's where the Saints reside, and the landscape of it. And what I saw this past weekend kind of unfortunately reinforced some beliefs and also made me a little concerned about the Saints' future. And I'll start with each NFC game. So let's start with the Cowboys-Packers one. For me, seeing that playoff game and seeing the Cowboys get out-coached and also not have their quarterback really step up in that game made me think two things. A, when I think of Dennis Allen, where does he stack up against, let's say, a coach like LaFleur? Well, I already know my answer, right? I've seen LaFleur down 17-0 be able to coach his team back to a win over Dennis Allen and the Saints. And then when I see the quarterback comparison, Jordan Love, who, coming into this year, would you rank him over Dak? No. Would you rank him over Dak right now? Maybe still no. But when it comes to the playoffs, Jordan Love ascending, making throws that Dak Prescott did not make. And Dak, yet again, did not come up big when he needed to, despite having an MVP caliber regular season. And that made me feel some way about the Saints quarterback situation, where, look, I thought Derek Carr had a magnificent December. I think Derek Carr has had a nice NFL career, but Derek Carr's never won the big one. In his only real playoff test against the Bengals, ended with a game-losing interception. And I just wonder, if not now, when for those type of quarterbacks? They've had their opportunities. They haven't really been able to step up in the big moment. Can you win with a guy like that? That's my first question. But my second question, the more important one, is, can you win with the head coach? Because all year, no matter how good the Cowboys were record-wise, I kept asking myself, can they really win with Mike McCarthy? I know McCarthy has a Super Bowl from the 2010 season, but I don't know if they can actually win with him as the head coach. Well, you see what happens on Sunday against the Packers. They end up getting out-coached, and that's how I feel about Dennis Allen. I asked the same question. Sure, Dennis Allen was 2 wins better this season than last season, but can they win anything of significance with him? I have no idea. I really don't know. So then I go to the Lions-Rams game. The Rams, look, they lose by 1, but you know what you got in McVay and Stafford. They won a Super Bowl together. There's a level of respect and trust that they've earned. That's just the truth of the matter. But for the Lions, I find it interesting. Because do I think Jared Goff's a huge upgrade over Derek Carr? No, I kind of think they're very similar quarterbacks. I think you make an argument Derek Carr is more talented. And yet the Lions won yesterday. And I think it comes down to coaching. I think it comes down to culture. Dan Campbell, the minute he went in, kind of set the tone for Detroit, what he wanted them to be, what his vision would be. And they have done that to a T. And Jared Goff kind of fits that role of running the offense the way they want, prioritizing the run, building off the play action, getting him into confidence, and letting him step up in the pocket, make throws down the field, which is exactly what they've done. So I want to give credit to the Lions and what they've done there. But again, goes back to the coaching. I think that Jared Goff and Derek Carr are very similar quarterbacks, but Dan Campbell and Ben Johnson, because Ben Johnson, the offensive coordinator, has been magnificent. That's why he is such a highly touted candidate for coaching jobs. They give the edge. And that's where, when I watch these games in the playoffs, and you know that coaching matters, and you know quarterback play matters, but coaching really matters the most. When I see the Packers win with LaFleur bringing up a brilliant game plan to kind of just embarrass McCarthy, Dan Quinn, and that Cowboy staff, and then I see Dan Campbell and Ben Johnson establish a culture and establish a game plan of having balance with the run and the pass and putting confidence in their quarterback, makes me sit here and wonder, on a dead day in terms of Saints news, are they ever going to win with this coach? And right now, the answer probably feels like a no.
DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL playoffs, is bringing you an offer that'll help make the playoffs electrifying. New customers can bet $5 on any game and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code BOOT. New customers can bet just $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code BOOT. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 or older in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details and state-specific responsible gambling resources. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Bonus bets expired 168 hours after issuance. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball terms.
So, what do you guys think? Am I being a little too pessimistic, a little bit too much doom and gloom, or do you feel the same way? Are the Saints kind of in an unknown, certain period of, I don't think they're going to win anything significant with Dennis Allen? Let me know in the comment section below. And as always, subscribe for more from Boot Crew Media.